Hello student, I welcome you all in highway engineering subject and the subject code is 1615504. Today we will see unit 3, that is geometric design of highway, and this is the third lecture in geometric design of highway. My name is Daniel Swami. I am lecturer in James Polytechnic College, Aurangabad, Bihar. Let us see the content of the lecture. The content of the lecture is all about geometric design of highway. In this geometric design of highway, we will study about gradients and curves. Let us discuss in detail. Gradient. Let us see what is gradient. Gradient simply refers the steepness of the section of road. A flat road is said to have a gradient of 0%, and a road with a higher gradient, that is example 10%, is a steeper than a road with a low gradient, example 5%, and uh, a downhill road is said to have a negative gradient. Gradient is nothing but the rise and the fall of road is known as gradient. Flat road do not have any gradient, that gradient is 0%, and higher gradient is 10% and is in steeper road, and lower gradient is 5%, that will be shown in steeper road, that is rise and fall of the road, that shows the gradient. As you can see in this image, the car going through this road is having a high gradient as well as rise and fall in the gradient. This image shows how the gradient will be. The gradient goes like this. It is the rise and fall of a road, that is called as gradient. Types of gradient. In types of gradient, we will see first is ruling gradient. This gradient name is ruling gradient. As you can see in this image shows the ruling gradient. Ruling gradient is the maximum gradient which is generally used to design the vertical profile of the highway. It means that vertical profile of the highway is designed, that is known as ruling gradient. So it is called as designer gradient. Ruling gradient depend upon the terrain, length of grade, speed, pulling power of vehicle, and the presence of horizontal curve. It is adopted by considering a particular speed as a design speed for design vehicle with a standard dimension. If we are placing a ruler gradient, then ruler gradient is depending upon the terrain, length of grade, speed, pulling power of vehicles. If the pulling power of vehicles will be not more, vehicles will be coming in reverse and it will get collapsed. So according to the pulling power of vehicle, the ruling gradient will be constructed, and the presence of horizontal curve that will make the vehicles to pull over that road and to go. This is known as ruling gradient. As you can see in this image, uh, ruling gradient. Next is limit gradient. Limit gradient is nothing but the gradient is providing a short sketch in a highway. Short sketch in a highway, short stretch in a highway. As you can see in this highway, that is a small short curve, and this is short stretch, and this is known as limit gradient. Whenever ruling gradient cost is high for a hilly terrain, then limit gradient is provided, which reduce the cost, and the gradient is adopted frequently in the terrain with a limited stretch. And limited gradient is nothing but giving a short stretch in a highway for providing reducing the cost of construction for highways. So whenever in ruling gradient, in hilly terrain, if we are taking ruling gradient, the cost of construction will be high. So we are choosing as limit gradient, that shows shorter stretches in a highway for the traveling of vehicles for the safety of vehicles as well as the safety of passengers. And this short stretch will reduce in the cost of construction, and the gradient adopt frequently in the terrain with a limited stretches. That is called as limit gradient. Exceptional gradient. Exceptional gradient, these are the very steeper gradient gives at unavoidable situation, and this type are adopted for stretch or not exceed 100 meter of length. Exceptional gradient is given where 100 meter of stretch is not given, and it is very shorter gradient. So in exceptional case of highway in hilly terrain areas, exceptional gradient will be provided, and the length should be not more than 100 meter length. It should be coming below 100. It can be 65 75 meter length, but it should be less than 100 meter. So it is named as exceptional gradient. Minimum gradient. A drain of rain water from the road, minimum gradient is needed. Minimum gradient means a minimum slope provided on a road to drain the rainwater from the surface of the slope. So it is named as minimum gradient. Generally, for a lateral gradient, uh, camber is provided, but for the longitudinal drainage along with the side drain requires some slope for the smooth flow of water. For example, for concrete drain, minimum gradient is 1 is to 500, and open soil drainage gradient is 1 is to 200 is suitable. As we can see in minimum gradient, camber for lateral drainage camber are provided, but in longitudinal drainage along the side drainage it requires a slope for the smooth flow of water, and in concrete drainage it should be the slope should be 1 is to 500, and in open soil it can be 1 is to 200, because in open soil the water will be absorbed, but in concrete drainage the water will be absorbed less, but the flow should be maximum. So the slope we are giving as 1 is to 500. As you can see, this is the minimum gradient. In this image you can see the minimum gradient of the road or highway. Next is curve. Curve is nothing but the circular or the widening or the fold of or little stretch in a horizontal road, that is known as curve. And curve is divided into horizontal curve, vertical curve, transverse curve. Later on we will discuss. First of all we will see horizontal curve. As you can see in this image, little curves are here. This shows horizontal curve. Horizontal curve is what? When the highway change horizontal direction, make the point where it changes in direction a point of intersection between two straight line is not feasible. The change in direction would be too abrupt for safety of movement of high speed vehicle. It is therefore necessary to interpose a curve between the straight line and the straight line of the road is called as tangent, because the line are tangent to the curve is used for changing the direction. As you can see these images, in these images the line in the between line, that alignment we call as alignment, the center line we call as alignment, and the curve which shows in this is called as tangent for the movement of vehicle for the safety when they will change the direction from one direction to another direction, and the intersection between the direction should be a little curved surface. So a horizontal curve is implemented in highway for the safety movement of vehicles. Next we will see types of horizontal curve. In horizontal curve there are four types. That is first is simple curve. A simple curve is an arc of circle, and the radius of the circle determine the sharpness and the flatness of the curve. As we see in horizontal curve, suppose if we are taking this area, and this area if the road is going, we will see the area. According to the area we will provide the curve, and by seeing this area we will provide how much sharpness and the flatness of the curve should be maintained. So it is called as simple curve, simple horizontal curve. Then is compound horizontal curve. Compound horizontal curve is frequently the trend will be required used to compound curve, and this curve normally consists of two simple curves joined together and curving in same direction. Simple curve, two simple curves are joined together to form as compound curve in same direction. For two lane or a single lane but two alignment, for like that, if we connect two simple curves into a single form, that is known as compound curve. Next is reverse curve. A reverse curve consists of two simple curves joining together, but the curves are in opposite direction for the safety reason, and the use of this curve should be avoided when possible. Reverse curve is provided. Reverse curve is nothing but a simple curve which is attached in opposite direction, and this curve is for the safety movement and the safety movement of the driver as well as the vehicle. But the usage of this curve should be avoided whenever it is possible to take another road, because reverse road will take you more distance to cover, whereas if you take a different way, it will be more easier than reverse curve. Next is spiral curve. The spiral is a curve that is varying radius. It is used on railroad and the most modern highway. Its purpose is to provide a transition from a tangent to the simple curve or between simple curve in a compound curve. Means in spiral curve, the curve is varying according to its radius, and is usually it is given for railway road or modern highway design. And the purpose of giving the spiral curve is nothing but the transition from tangent to the simple curve or between the simple curve or compound curve, where simple curve is one single lane or normally curve will be there, but in compound two simple curve will be joined together and give a simple curve, that is compound curve together, and together all it is known as spiral curve. As we can see in this image, types of horizontal curve, this image shows the simple curve. As the curve goes simply, it provides an arc or a circular form of road, that is known as horizontal simple curve. And compound curve is a mingling of two simple curves. Here mingling of two simple curves that forms a compound curve, and reverse curve is nothing but mingling a two simple curve in opposite direction. This is known as reverse curve, as you can see in this image. And spiral curve is nothing but it can be from here, or it can be from here, or it can be from here. Means spiral will be joining of compound and simple, both will come in spiral, that both will join in spiral, and that is known as spiral curve. Next is vertical curve. A vertical curve is a curve provided in a vertical plane. This is required to provide at a meeting of grade, and two kinds of vertical curve is there: cluster vertical curve plus type 1 and type 2, and sag vertical curve is type 3 and type 4. As you can see, the vertical curve is just as gradient, that rise and fall will be there, and the curves will be at the gradient of the curve will be in high. So the vertical curves provide in a vertical plane, and it required to meet according to the grades of road. Let us see about the two kinds of vertical curves. The two kinds of vertical curve is sag curve are used where the change in grade is positive, such as valley where the crust curve are used when the change of grade is negative in such a hill. Sag curve, it goes down, means it as we can see in gradient there is a fall, same as in vertical curve. Sag curve is nothing but the valley curves is known as sag curve, and hilly curves known as uh, uh, hilly curve is known as crust curve, and the both curves are having different three definition point, that is PVC, that point of vertical curve, PVI, point of vertical intersection, and PVT, point of vertical tangency. These are the three points that defines about the type of curve given in vertical curve. Next is transition curve. Transition curve is a curve in a plane which is provided to change the horizontal alignment from the straight to circular curve gradually, means the radius of transition curve varying between infinity to r or r to infinity. In transition curve, for example, if the road is going and it can be horizontal alignment, and for a straight and again it can change into a circular form to change its alignment. So transition curve is a curve in a plane which provides change in horizontal alignment, to form a straight to a circular curve, and gradually it means radius of transition curve varying from radius to infinity or infinity to radius, that is transition curve. While taking a turn, the centrifugal force developed, so the vehicle and its component are immediately subjected to centrifugal force, and more is the speed of the vehicle, sharper is the curvature, and thus the greater the influence on the vehicle and the driver of change from the tangent to the curve. As we can see, the straight road turns into a curve road, and when the vehicle will go in curve road, there will be a centrifugal force, as we have seen in earlier days. जब हम लोग छोटा थे तब हम लोग क्या करते थे, एक मतलब थ्रेड में पत्थर को बांध के घुमा के जब बिकते थे तो सेंट्रीफ्यूगल फोर्स उसमें एक्ट करता है. दैट मीन्स दैट when the force will be in circular motion, there will be escape movement. It can be escape from here or it can be escape from here. As soon as the power is released, it can go in any direction. So while driving in a curved direction, the driver should have a sharp mind and sharp thinking and presence of mind to take a curve with a nominal speed for the safety of driver as well as the safety of vehicles. When transition curve are not provided, driver tends to create its own transition curve by moving lateral within the traveling lane, and sometimes the adjacent line, which is risky not only for them but also for other road user. When there is not transition curve, and some drivers will tends to create its own transition curve by moving the vehicle in laterally form, in zigzag form, like this, and by this it will affect to him also as well as the other user who is going through that road, because by moving in this lateral direction, it will tend to get accident, or it will make your vehicle to not go in smoothly, and this will tend to cause accident, and this will not provide safety. So transition curves is provided for the safety, but if the drivers are tending to create its own transition curve and move in lateral form, then they will they will risk their own life while moving in lateral form. Next is objective for providing transition curve. For providing transition curve, gradually introduction of centrifugal force to introduce super elevation gradually, to introduce extra widening gradually, to provide comfort for driver, that is to enable smooth vehicle operation on road and to enhance the aesthetic of highway. These are some points that gives the objective for the transition curve, and these are the points to be followed while construction of national highways, and these are the point which is given by Indian Road Congress, that is IRC. Next is determining the length of transition curve. The length of transition curve can be calculated by three conditions: based on the rate of change of acceleration, based on rate of change of super elevation and extra widening, and based in IRC empirical formula. These are the three calculation which can calculate the length of transition curve. Extra widening of pavement on a horizontal curve. The pavement is extra widening on a horizontal curve due to following reason. As we can see, if we are moving in a road or a highway, and if the curves is having sharp curve and there is no extra widening, the vehicle will get collapse, and the super elevation in the road should be provided to prevent from collapse of vehicle, as well as where the curves is provided, the extra winding of road should be provided for the safety movement and the safety taking turn in a lateral or a gradual move for a vehicle. As we can see, there is a tendency of a driver to take outer path at a curve to have more side distance visible ahead, and while overtaking operation, only horizontal curve driver will need more space for the other vehicle to feel safer while taking overtaking operation. And widening of pavement of horizontal curve is governed by the following factor: by the length of the vehicle base, as well as the radius of curve is neglected, that is R, and psychological factor which depends upon the velocity of vehicle and the radius of curve. In general, extra widening is provided on the horizontal curve when the radius is less than 300 meter, is equal to extra widening is equal to mechanical widening and psychological widening. Let us see what is mechanical widening and psychological widening. Mechanical widening is the widening required to account for the of tracking due to the rigidity of wheels based on rigidity of wheels base is called as mechanical widening. If we mechanical widening is nothing but when vehicle is moving in a circular path, the vehicle wheels can move only at a fixed position, that is mechanical widening. And psychological widening is a horizontal curve driver having tendency to maintain a greater clearance between the vehicle than on a straight stretch of road, that is psychological widening. They will maintain the widening between the curve and the vehicle, and when they will pass the vehicle on curve, they will maintain a proportion of road for passing that curve, and that is known as psychological widening. Therefore, the extra winding of pavement is provided for psychological reason for greater maneuverability, for steering at a high speed, and to allow extra space required for the overhanging of vehicles. Psychological widening is therefore important in pavement with more than one lane. This tells about the psychological widening of road should be maximum, so that when the driver will take turn in a curve, the back wheels will be going on the extra widening, and the movement of the vehicle will be safe if according to their speed, they can take a curve and they can pass easily in extra widening, and so that extra widening is provided, and the psychological widening as well as the mechanical widening, it will be based on the driver and the vehicle. A sketch of standard cross section of national highway embankment and cutting. As we can see this here, this is the road embankment. Here you can see this is the carriageway, and both the side we have provided shoulder and then side slope to drain off the water. After that brim is provided, then side drainage is provided for the safety movement of vehicle as well as the maintenance of road and the maintenance of embankment. There will be no loss of side soil, so the embankment will be full in safety, and road maintenance will be less and the maintenance cost will be less. So this is the sketch provided for road embankment. And next is road in cutting. In road in cuttings, as we can see, carriageway pavement we have provided, then shoulder, and then the side drainage. Then after side drainage we have provided brim, and then we have spoil bank for setting back distance, and the setting back distance will oppose the soil to come in the cutting, and it will provide a proper road in cuttings, and these cuttings will be not coming on the road to obstruct the vehicles. And this image shows how the cutting of road will be done and how the road construction is done. As you can see, the distance from setback to setback is road length width, and from the middle of the setback to the middle of the setback is overall width between the building line, and after outer to the outer it is the overall width of the control line. Summary of this topic or this lecture is all about the main objective of geometric design is to provide highway with safety, efficient and economical traffic operation while maintaining aesthetic value of environment quality, as well as we have seen the curves and gradient in this lecture. Reference I have taken from online source SK Kannan book and Ritu publication book. Thank you for listening my video lecture.